You know, Rob, it's funny. I was just going to say there's never been a 300-game bowled on television at the U.S. Open.
Just the fact you thought about it is enough to jinx him.
Yeah, I know. Just another great shot. Tommy Jones is just off to a spectacular start, doing exactly what has to be done at a U.S. Open.
Tommy looks like he's stuck right there and a little bit of pain. Tommy, what just happened?
I about went down, about came to see you guys with my feet. It's a little slippery over there, and don't know if you're going to stick or slip, and that time was definitely a slip.
And if you don't know if you're going to stick or slip, what goes through your mind?
Not good thoughts.
Master of the obvious.
There you go, Rob. You asked.
That's right. He'll tell me. So the first spare of the game for Jones comes in the 7th frame. He begins the 8th now with a 64-pin lead. Back on the strike train.
Tommy Jones consistently around the 9th, 10th board down the lane. Check out that great hand position at the bottom. 13th, 14th board out to about the 9th or 10th board. Again, fairly direct for a guy that has a lot of revs and a lot of power.
TJ in control as he sits down here. Couch to roll here in the 8th. Again, leaves the 7th.
And Rob, Jason wanted to give a shout out to Dave Kramer, who passed away a week ago. He was like a second father. Dave's a business owner, or was a business owner in Claremont, Florida. Good buddies. In fact, Jason's best friends with his son. So we want to send well wishes out to the Kramer family.
Just 2 strikes for Couch here in match number 1 at the Lumber Liquidators U.S. Open.
Jason unable to bowl the Masters, which was our last major prior to this event, because
Kira Kathleen was born February 6th, the 4th daughter for Jason Couch. 4 daughters. I feel his pain.
His poor wife, Kim. There you go. Nice shot, Jason. Funny, when I saw Kim in Detroit earlier this year, I asked her, I said, so do you know what you're going to have? And she looked at me.
One for the good guys.
Kind of crossed one eye and said,
what do you think?
What do you think it's going to be, Randy? A girl.
Should be a fun household when they hit their teenage years.
Oh, man.
Remind me not to visit that house. There's Tommy's wife, Kristen, and 4-year-old daughter, Ella, in attendance. They're going to be driving back to Simpsonville, South Carolina tonight after this match because little Ella, not a big fan of the flying, as he was telling us last night.
Yeah, she's had some bad experiences flying. I guess turbulence and Ella don't go well together.
No, I don't know who it goes well with.
Between those 2 shots, the 10 pin and the 4 pins.
So Tommy will drive back tonight and then fly out to Columbus, Ohio Tuesday. And Columbus is our next stop on the PBA Tour, the Atonic Don Johnson Eliminator. Leaves the 10 in the tent, but this one in the books for TJ, and he will move on to our second match to take on the number 2 seed, Bill O'Neill.
Strodes, tape real quick.
Well, I tell you, Tommy Jones is making it look pretty easy. He's hit the pocket every shot, and he's going to bowl a big 240 game, which is hard to beat on this oil pattern at the United States Open. I mean, that's a big, big game. Usually 220s are good enough to win. As Tommy goes to some tapes, taping up, make sure he's got a nice, secure feel. Hey, and how How about giving some upstart statistician Mike Edwards for finishing 9th this week, huh?
I was hanging out with Mike yesterday. I think I annoyed him at one point as he laughs. I was trying to have a brief conversation between frames with him. Very brief, mind you. Mike's like, I can't talk right now. I still got a chance. I'm like, I understand. Good week this week, Mike. So this to close out match 1 for Tommy Jones. Not the way he wants to conclude it, but the main point is he moves on.
That was a ball change. He's testing the waters, Rob. That's what U.S. Open champions, that's what they do. They've got that experience.
And when we return, an extreme swing preview is unleashed, and we'll flash back to an April Fool's Day win that was no joke. This is the PBA Live on ESPN.